Hello everyone, I trust you're all well. Welcome back to another video. On today's video I'll be speaking about the forex pairs on the upcoming week, the week of the 8th of May. It's a bit cold out here and rainy as we're experiencing winter. So last week we had non-farm payroll, and then the non-farm payroll in the USD in the United States, the non-farm payroll rose by 253,000 rands. Sorry, 253,000, not rands, 253. Compared to the previous month, April, there was 179,000. So that's where we got this movement. Let me go. Okay, let me do this. We got this 4-hour spike. I'm on the USDJPY currently on the 4-hour time frame. This is where we got this green candle here. You understand? Let me see it on the 1-hour time frame. This green candle here. Something happened to me which is actually sad, but I will upload the NFP video soon on how I traded the NFP. I sent out the signal, it was actually good, but unfortunately something happened. You'll find out on it on the next video. So let's analyze for this week and prepare. The USDJPY has been bullish for quite some time. We had a impulsive move out of this high here, breaking out, testing that zone, pulling back. We got more buyers taking this price to the upside, breaking out of the high here. Price impulse, pulled back again, tested the zone multiple times, and then from here we shot up. From here we shot up, breaking out this high, meaning it was a buy opportunity, or price was being in a buy territory, so most people bought here, and then this was a take profit. That's actually, if you look at the previous video on the weekly analysis, I sent out the setup and we anticipated that price would break out of here and impulse to the upside, and then it continued to do, as well as we anticipated that price will test that supply zone at 137, and then from there it will retreat and pull back from here. From here we'll look to buy. We could buy here or we could buy here. So some bought here. This was the NFP signal here. This was the NFP movement. We got a spike breaking out of this high. So currently what I'm looking at for this week, I'm seeing this as a head first shoulder, and we could possibly draw up a second shoulder. This could be an inverse head and shoulder pattern. So I'm anticipating that we could get a price impulse in breaking out of this candlestick of NFP, breaking out of this demand supply zone, impulsing, pull back, and then we could take our buys from here, targeting price at 137.543. Maybe from here we could sell, but we're targeting to buy from here, as this week we'll be having USD-CPI numbers or CPI news on Wednesday the 10th. So this is what I'm anticipating for the USDJPY this coming week. We had an impulsive move, we had a pullback, and now we're looking for price to continue the uptrend. Taking a look at the EURUSD on the 4-hour time frame. Let me quickly go to the daily time frame and see. Let me see the weekly. Okay, the weekly. With the weekly, we had a candlestick closing with a doji pattern on this current week that is closed. We're waiting for the next week candlestick. It was a bearish candle, and it respecting the supply zone. If you can take a look clearly, the moving average is above price. The moving averages are above price, meaning price could potentially drop in the long run unless there are some changes. So on the daily time frame as well, the candlestick closed in a consolidative state. Still, price is still moving in this consolidative state. You haven't broken out of this zone here. It's still maintaining the high at 1.10617 and the low at 1.09645. If we could get a break out of this zone, or each of them high or low, then something could happen. You could get a big move. So what I'm anticipating, on the previous video I mentioned that price will impulse to the upside and will start selling from here. It did that, respecting the first top, creating a second top for us. Sellers came in here and then took price to the downside. I mentioned that this could be a potential TP, take profit. Make sure that you go check out the video and the analysis so that you can be able to understand how I analyze the charts and how we do things. This is a take profit. So with the bullish market, I don't anticipate any bullish market, considering that the dollar is bullish, meaning the euro USD as a pair correlation could potentially retreat and break out of this zone. As well as we got this low here, breaking out of this low. We got this candlestick spiking down, giving us a low and then coming back up. So if price could, what this low signal that we are on a sell territory. So if price could just drop from there and break out of this low, then it will confirm a fully confirmed sell territory. Could start to see sellers coming to the market. So if price could impulse to the upside and break this high, then we could see buyers coming in and it could be a continuation to the upside. But currently we'll wait and then see if price closes below this zone at 1.09594, and then from there we'll start to sell. We'll wait for an impulse, a pullback, and then we'll take our orders here. Stop loss just above the supply zone, the demand zone turned into supply, and then we'll look to take our first take profit at this low. That could be our first take profit short term, and then long term take profit could be at the zone at or at price the level at 1.08300. So this is what I'm anticipating on the euro USD for this coming week. Let me see the 1 hour. Yes, currently price is high up there, but will do nothing until it breaks out of this zone, or we have price coming here and giving us some sort of a pattern to take sell orders. Looking at the GBPUSD on the 4-hour time frame, the GBPUSD was a bit stubborn this week that we are on closing. This candlestick is the candlestick from the NFP, this green big fat candlestick. It was the NFP candle. On this chart, I'm looking at the present. The GBPUSD price have been bullish. You can do this. We've seen the pound dollar really rallying for quite some time now. So price has been on an uptrend. We had a move testing this trend line here, signaling that it's an uptrend. So we are on the supply zone. We had this high here. The high got broken out after this demand zone where buyers came in. Buyers came in here, taking this price to the upside, breaking out of this supply zone here, or the candlestick high here, signaling to us that is on a buy territory. From there we seen price consolidate, and then we got the impulse, then you got a pullback. Buyers came in during NFP and then they took price to the upside. But now I think there's no longer momentum. I think there's no longer momentum because price is high, and then I could be wrong. Traders could look at this and then just not trade it, and someone like me could wait and wait for price to come and close below the demand zone, making it a supply zone, closing below at 1.25590. Then you could see an impulse, a pullback, then from here a continuation, and for the first take profit could be at 1.24359. but currently I'm not interested. Price could just pull back and then from here impulse to the upside, you understand. So this one is off radar till further notice, but this is what's currently looking, or what the pace currently looking like, the pound dollar. Taking a look at the gold price, the gold chart, on the 4-hour time frame. So on the gold chart, as you can see, gold was consolidating. I spoke about this consolidation on the previous weekly video. You can go check it out. I mentioned that price could just consolidate on the zone, but when price pulls back at the demand zone, we could see a spike to the upside. Let me do this. I mentioned that we could see a spike to the upside, so that's what we saw. The big since even the demand, the moving average, the 200-day moving average uh was below price. Price was pulling back in a consolidative state, since we've seen a price breaking out of this high, creating for showing us that it's on a bullish momentum, and then just drop to take out some buyers. From there it gained strength, and buyers begin to come into the charts and place orders, as well as institutional traders or investors, smart money. They came in, bought. Price impulse breaking out of this high, signaling to us that it's on a buy up bullish territory or on a buy territory. We got a consolidative state for a day, and then price impulse with a spike, creating for us, giving us an all-time high. I talked about it, guys, on the previous video. The gold gave us an all-time high. The previous high from the previous months was about 172, somewhere there, 172, yeah, plus minus 172. Currently we have a high of about 178. So we had a touch. This is a third touch, but this one is invalid now. We have a first touch and a second touch, so that's a massive move. Let me quickly look at the daily before I go back to the 4-hour. So on the daily we had an impulse, and the time I analyzed this chart, it was before NFP. I was analyzing for NFP. So we had this candlestick here. I mentioned that this candlestick is high, and then price will drop. Possibly we could drop to the zone. From here we will start to buy, but then this drop from this Friday candlestick was well anticipated. Let's go back to the 4-hour. So currently we have a lingering high here, a first top. So I'm thinking we could get since price spiked with an impulse, now we're looking for a pullback. So buyers are definitely coming in with their stop loss just below. We could see gold price impulsing to the upside, and then sellers who could come in when price have already created a second top at the high at $27.860 region. So you could take your sales there, stop loss just above there, or possibly you could get a pattern. But I'm looking for, when price comes here, I'm looking for just a tap, and then from there we could get a drop. This could be a take profit. This is what I'm anticipating on the gold price for this coming week. As you can see, the moving averages are below price. You could get this is the NFP candlestick from the previous NFP, May NFP. You could get some candlestick like this shooting to the upside. Let's wrap up these setups for this week. I think it's going to be a great week. I think so, I really do. So looking at the USD-CHF on the 4-hour time frame, if you have been following this pen, following my work, you'd see that I analyzed the USD-CHF on the previous videos, and then I spoke about the downtrend that has been occurring for quite some time. Price has been a bit stubborn to break out of to show us a clear direction, but on the previous week we got a double bottom here. We got a double bottom here, and then we had a spike breaking out of this high, showing us that it's on a buy territory. We saw buyers coming in there, buyers coming in some more. We've seen an impulse testing the supply zone, so sellers are still in this market. So hence why we see price dropping to the downside as soon as it tapped the supply zone. So it dropped to the downside. So I'm anticipating that since price tapped the supply zone, you could look for a pullback to test the previous breakout. A pullback will do. We'll start to take our buy positions just after a pullback, stop loss just below this zone, and then we could take price to the upside. From here we could consolidate a bit and then break out of this zone. for this week. So if you're a USDCHF trader, you could look for a pullback. If a pullback doesn't occur, it will occur. But if it doesn't, you do not see a proper signal to take, wait for it. Possibly it could want to, the price would want to drop here, and then you could start to buy from here. Then as it goes, you take more orders here. As it goes, that could be your take profit, or you could add more trades and then hold. Possibly we need to break out of this zone. After we break out of this zone, this high here could be our next target. So this is what I'm having, guys, for this coming week. Let's see if we can make it work and we can recover our losses. All the best, guys. Stay blessed. Cheers.